Hello everyone, welcome back once again. Today I have a battle for you in the 56 TP. This is the Tier 8 Polish heavy tank, and it's actually on sale once again here on the North American server at least. I'm not sure about the other regions, but probably, since they seem to be synchronizing all these things together. Yes, it can come with a special camo. Yes, Ninka 2 here is actually playing with that camo, which it must be a already pre-existing camo, given that this replay is actually from March 10th of this year. But no, relax. I'm not here to sell tanks for wargaming, not whatsoever. I'm not being paid for it, so why would I do that? And I'll be completely honest here, I probably wouldn't buy this vehicle myself. Why? Well, you're about to see a pretty epic battle in this tank. So I think that Ninka 2 is going to make a very good point as to why you might want to buy it. But statistically, looking at this thing compared to the 53 TP, which is the tech tree vehicle, I don't know, it doesn't have a whole lot going for it. Really, it has less armor, it has a lot less DPM, it has a smaller gun. It's a 390 Alpha versus the 420 Alpha on the tech tree vehicle. But Ninka 2 is going to make a lot of these shots count, and he's going to show that its armor isn't really that much worse. It's actually going to be very effective still, and this vehicle, although Ninka's not going to use it a whole lot, is more maneuverable and has an extra 100 horsepower. But that's enough of that gibberish. Let's get back to the battle at hand here. Ninka 2 has already managed to put in a couple shots at enemies that are doing exactly what that BZ-176 is doing over there and trying to flank over behind. That's going to put Ninka in a rather tricky situation if that BZ-176 and that 703-2 that's over there, which are two very powerful premium vehicles, arguably, I would definitely say, overpowered vehicles, then he's going to have some trouble. Now, he is trying to fight this Tiger 1 that's to his left as well. I'm wondering if that Tiger 1 has a shot on the side of his turret there and just decided to hold his shot for some reason, or if he's just, wasn't paying attention. But yeah, Tiger 1, looks like he wasn't paying attention. That Tiger 1 is not too big of a threat on its own, to be honest. I have never thought of that tank as being a really spectacular vehicle or a difficult vehicle to fight against. I mean, it really has no substantial armor, and its gun, although I think it handles fairly nicely, is not really anything too scary, I say, as the Tiger 1 manages to put a shot into him. Well, that kind of goes against everything else that I've just said, hasn't it? And I'm not sure if Ninka really needed the premium rounds for the Tiger there, but it was questionable as if they were going to penetrate the standard rounds, so why not? Why not go for the premium rounds, as he puts a nice healthy 415 damage shot into him, which more than makes up for the 287 damage that Tiger has already done to him, noting that Tiger is also firing premium rounds and probably going for that weak spot on top of Ninka's turret. Looking at the minimap, you can see why Ninka is deciding to push up a little bit here, and I think it's because that BZ-176 and the 703-2 are pushing towards his base a little bit more, and that's going to give them a very nice shot into his butt if they decide to do so. But I think they might have other plans. Oh, that was a sneaky shot on the T-150. Absolutely no time to aim that one. This Tiger 1 is going to try to capitalize on Ninka's reload time, but is actually not going to be able to do so. Funny enough, the 53 TP with the larger Alpha actually has about a second and a half quicker reload time than this vehicle does, which I found rather interesting. But that doesn't matter when the enemy team gives you a chance to reload your gun anyway, and not just straight up exchange shots one after another. And that KV-2 was also caught there, not looking, but he is absolutely paying attention now, and regardless of that being a tier 6 against a tier 8, it is still a very scary vehicle. They can do some serious damage. Who manages to bounce a 700 damage shot off of Ninka's, I think, his turret there. Probably trying to aim for that weak spot on top, that commander's hatch, but not having the accuracy to even do that. Ninka there decides to push out and take a hit from the Tiger 1, which is more than acceptable in order to be able to get that tank, that gun, out of the game. And now he wants to push his KV-2 and put another shot into him and hopefully finish him off before he has time to reload, which should not be a problem there. Yeah, that KV-2 was not even looking in the right direction yet. And now, this T-150, it's another tier 6. He should not have a problem taking him out, even if it means taking a hit in return. But Ninka's going to try to do it without taking a shot in return, as the T-150 just really over-angles himself on that side scrape, if that's what you can even call that, and manages to only take off a track on Ninka. And now he's going to pay for that with his life. Absolutely no contest there. Ninka just took out 3 enemy tanks on his own there, pretty much entirely, and hardly took any damage for it at all. However, this shark over there is a much more dangerous target than these tier 6s that Ninka has been lucky enough to only have to face. But now, look at that mini-map again. Ninka, although he's picked up 3 kills and done almost 5,000 damage, now it's going to be over 5,000 damage, he is a little bit alone on this side of the map, and there is 2 tank destroyers, being the Giro and the SU-100Y, that have not been spotted yet and could really be anywhere. So he could absolutely be mobbed by anyone at any given moment, and he's only got 411 hit points left. He might not last very long if he doesn't play that smart, or if the enemy outsmart him or outnumber him in any exchange, really. He's playing this a little bit smart. He's staying in this spot here. He's probably worried that the Shark is going to be able to get a shot at him. And obviously something is spotting him there, so there's something that must have a line of sight on him one way or another. The SU-100Y there, that is a tier 6, but it has a really big gun and could potentially take him out in one shot. And uh-oh, there's a Gyro behind him now, approaching. That's not necessarily ideal. It's still a question of where that Shark, or the SHPTK, whatever you want to call it, over there. Shark sounds way better and is a lot easier to say. That could also be a big threat as well. He's already taken out more than half the hit points out of that Giro with one shot. Again, it's a tier 6. He's really lucky with that. And the Giro messes up his shot completely. Just really, these tier 6s are feeding themselves to Ninka here. It's almost embarrassing to what they're doing. I get that they're tier 6s fighting a tier 8 vehicle. I get that that's really a big disadvantage for them in the first place. Oh, hello, artillery. But the way they're not coordinating their attacks at all, or even playing it smart and making a shot count. I mean, 1 or 2 shots would kill Ninka here. It's not, I don't know. Something's not right. And hello, SU-100Y. Are we going to have another case of a tier 6 that feeds himself to Ninka? Yeah, it might be the case. The SU-100Y almost got caught out there with a side. Ninka is thinking about pushing around the corner, but doesn't want to blatantly give the SU-100Y its side, which is a really good idea, because again, that SU-100Y has a really nasty big gun. Ninka's going for the flank. I'm worried about where that Shark is. The Shark actually just fired at Ninka there, but hit the ridge, luckily. And it will take 2 shots, I think, for that Shark to kill Ninka. And Ninka only Ninka needs 2 as well. Can the Shark play it smartly? Not so far. Not so far. The Shark must not have felt safe hiding behind that little crumbling building over there and wanted to get behind the bigger, more solid one at a time. But it did cost him some hit points. Luckily, it's still going to take 2 more shots to take out that Shark. Well, luckily for the Shark. And, ooh, they exchange one. They're now both one-shot kills for each other. That's a little bit scary. Remember, there is still artillery in this match, too. I have no idea if it can hit Ninka where Ninka is between these buildings. But it wouldn't take a whole lot to end his battle real quick and deny him his 6th kill and his top gun. The 6th kill would absolutely be satisfying. I'm sure Ninka would really like that. Ninka's done almost 7,500 damage now. If he can finish off that Shark, he'll make it an even 7,500. And there's the Shark again. Is the Shark behind the building still? Yes, he is. No. Not getting that kill this game. But there's still 2 more in play. One being artillery and one being the SPIC. And speaking of the SPIC, SP1C, the SPIC. We're calling it the SPIC. Here it is. As long as Ninka keeps that front armor towards him, they might have a chance. That SPIC won't have all the penetration to penetrate the upper plate of Ninka, and it'll be hard for it to hit the turret with given its height. But, oh, Ninka does such a good job keeping that SPIC in front of him until he doesn't. What a heartbreak. What a shame. The fact that he was so close to getting that 6th kill and doing over 8,000 damage this game, but it came down to a little bit of a heartbreak there, is such a shame. Luckily though, the remainder of his team managed to finish off the remaining enemy vehicles without too much issue whatsoever, and despite the fact that Ninka got lucky and managed to have to fight almost exclusively tier 6 battles in this tier 8 match, which is just lucky in my opinion. I wish I had battles like that. He did, in the end, you can't take it away from him, because he managed to do over half of the enemy team's health points in damage and pick up a third of the enemy team in kills. Not too bad whatsoever. So, form your own opinions on what you think about the 56 TP here. I think I'll stick with the 53 TP, the tech tree vehicle. Of course, it won't make the premium credits and all that stuff, but to each their own. To each their own. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching again. Have a good one.